Okay, so let's go through it inside. I have a lot of different diyukim in the Lashon and the things that the Rebbe says in the Agada. I don't have answers to all the questions that I have, so if you can help me out, I'd be more than appreciated. Okay, Kwoרך. Psachim, Kuf, Tezvav, Amud Aleph. We're learning the Rebbe's Agada. If you have a copy, you can follow us inside. L'das Hillel Azokin, Bizman sheyesh Pesach, eine Yotze Elam ken Kwoרך, Pesach, Matzah, Umorer, v'oichlam b'yachad. You have to do, the Kwoרך is all three together. Pesach, Matzah, and Morer. The Rebbe will quote later in the Agada that this is the Das HaMefarshim. That's the Rebbe's Lashon later on, which means the Rishonim. Raiv of the Rishonim hold that the din of Kwoרך is all three. Pesach, Matzah, Morer. The only one that Beferish disagrees is the Rambam. And even the Rambam, Lav Dafke, he disagrees. That's what it's mashma later, that the Rebbe says. So the Kwoרך is Pesach, Matzah, Morer. Ve'oichlon b'yachad. Bizman she'ein Pesach, eine Yotze yidei choves Matzah, shehu min ha'Torah, ela im oichla b'fnei atzmai. You must eat the matzah b'fnei atzmai. Why do you have to eat matzah b'fnei atzmai? Bizman hazeh? What? Because if not, the Morer, which is midrabanan, will be mevatel the matzah, which is deiraisa. The Rebbe emphasizes these words, b'fnei atzmai. Why is the Rebbe emphasizing b'fnei atzmai? This is what? Can't hear. By what? Maharal does not say that. Does he? Yeah. Okay, have to think. If you're right about the Maharal, but there's a hadgasha here in b'fnei atzmai. Eine Yotze yidei choves matzah elam oichla b'fnei atzmai. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm not sure 100% what you mean, but you're probably right. What's that gosha of b'fnei atzmai? Weiter the Rebbe says, Ve'ene Yotze yidei choves morer shetiknu chachamim zeichel mikdash elam kein kwoרך im matzah va'oichlam b'yachad k'moi she'asa b'zman beis hamikdash. Just like it was done b'zman beis hamikdash. So the Rebbe emphasizes the two words zeichel mikdash. Why is the Rebbe emphasizing zeichel mikdash? Another diuk is the Rebbe adds in the parentheses. K'moi she'asa b'zman beis hamikdash. What's this adgasha of k'moi she'asa b'zman beis hamikdash? He said in the beginning. He said in the beginning that b'zman beis hamikdash, b'zman sheyesh Pesach, eine Yotze elam ken Kwoרך, Pesach, Matzah, Morer. So the Kwoרך today, you have to do Kwoרך today. K'moi she'asa. Why is it necessary to add again? K'moi she'asa b'zman beis hamikdash. The emphasis, the question is much bigger here. It's not only that the Rebbe adds again k'moi she'asa b'zman beis hamikdash. It's not k'moi she'asa b'zman beis hamikdash. B'zman beis hamikdash, what was Kwoרך? Pesach, Matzah, Morer. B'zman hazeh, what's Kwoרך? Matzah, Morer. So this is a stira right here. How could you start off saying that Kwoרך b'zman beis hamikdash is Pesach, Matzah, Morer, and that today it's k'moi? Why does the Rebbe use the lashon k'moi? Why doesn't the Rebbe use the lashon doime? Doime l'zman beis hamikdash. The question is even stronger. If anyone followed the things that I said till here, most of the questions that I'm going to ask are for Emfert, but not all. Okay, let's go through it step by step. The Rebbe himself, on the next page, on the top of page Tov Tzadik Tes, the very first line on the second column of Tov Tzadik Tes, the Rebbe says, Af she'ene doime mamish. The way we do Kwoרך today is not doime mamish to the way it was done b'zman shebeis hamikdash kayim. So the Rebbe himself says it later. And over here the Rebbe says it's k'moi. The lashon of the Rebbe comes from the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch. I asked yesterday the same question of the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch. Okay, weiter, the Rebbe continues. Nimtza yesh olav b'zman hazeh chiyuv matzah sheni midrabanan l'das hillel. It comes out that b'zman hazeh you have a second chiyuv matzah l'das hillel. So the question is, what's the pshat in chiyuv matzah sheni? And again, the Rebbe emphasizes the word sheni. There's a second chiyuv of matzah. Why is the Rebbe emphasizing the word sheni? Chiyuv matzah sheni. What's this chiyuv matzah sheni? The question is, that it's not a chiyuv matzah sheni. Matzah you were yaitza. According to Hillel, you were yaitza matzah. What weren't you yaitza yet? Mutter. In order to be yaitza mutter, you have to have matzah for the mutter. It's not a chiyuv matzah sheni. There's one chiyuv matzah that you were yaitza, and mutter there's also only one chiyuv mutter, either without k'orech or with k'orech. According to the Rabbanan, you eat mutter b'fnei atzmei without k'orech, and then you eat the mutter with k'orech to be yaitza mutter lefi Hillel. Not chiyuv matzah sheni. Why is it a chiyuv matzah sheni? Huh? Yes, it's midrabanan. Does the Rebbe say midrabanan? Yes, midrabanan. But what's this chiyuv matzah? Not a second chiyuv matzah. B'poil you have to eat matzah again. But what's the chiyuv? It's a chiyuv matzah sheni. It's not a second chiyuv matzah. It's the first chiyuv of mutter. It's the first time you're being yaitza mutter according to Hillel. Huh? What do you mean not now? Yes, now. Okay. Yeah. Yes. I have no idea what you're saying. No, I don't follow. What? Okay, 1 second. We'll get to the mitzvahs chalukas. That's the nekuda here. But when you learn about pashtus, what the Rebbe is saying here, what's the reason for k'orech? K'orech is for matzah. K'orech is not for matzah. K'orech is for mutter. Matzah you were yaitza already. So, en chanami midrabanan, there's a chiyuv to eat matzah again. But why? What's the sibas chiyuv? The whole chiyuv is for the mutter, not for the matzah. What's this lashon of chiyuv matzah sheni? And the reason why I'm pointing this out is another reason. The Rebbe here is quoting everything from the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch. This lashon is the Rebbe's own lashon. This line, chiyuv matzah sheni midrabanan, the Rebbe coined his own lashon. What's the Rebbe being mechadish? What does the Rebbe want to emphasize with this? Even though the Maramakim in the end is Shulchan Aruch Rabbeinu. The Alter Rebbe never uses this lashon chiyuv matzah sheni, clearly. The question on chiyuv matzah sheni becomes even stronger. This is something I forgot to say before I got here, when we learned the Paiskim, the Pri Chodosh. The Pri Chodosh asks the Shaila. The Shulchan Aruch it paskins that you shouldn't be mafsik between the bracha of alachilas matzah and alachilas mutter, in order that both brachas should be chal on the k'orech. So the Pri Chodosh asks, the Pri Chodosh writes, actually, he argues. The Pri Chodosh argues in the Machaber and says, Eine meduktik. Bishleime, the bracha of alachilas mutter has to go on k'orech. Because you weren't yaitze mutter yet, according to Hillel. But the bracha of alachilas matzah, why does the bracha of alachilas matzah have to go on k'orech? According to Hillel, bisman hazeh, when you ate matzah b'fnei atzmei, when you were yaitze mitzvahs matzah. So the bracha of alachilas matzah b'feidish doesn't have to go on k'orech. So the Pri Chodosh holds after birchas alachilas matzah you can be mafsik. It's only after the bracha of alachilas mutter that you can't be mafsik. That's the Pri Chodosh's shaila, and the Shevach Pesach talks about the shaila also. So what do you see from him? That when you eat matzah together with the mutter by k'orech has nothing to do with chiyuv matzah. The bracha of alachilas matzah does not have to go on this matzah. Only the bracha of alachilas mutter. Why? Because the matzah that you're eating is tuffle to the mutter. It's just that the k'orech shouldn't be eaten alone. You should eat it together with the matzah. So if it's tuffle to the mutter, if the whole thing is for chayvas mutter, so then why does the bracha of alachilas matzah have to go on the k'orech? That's the Chodesh Shaila. The Shevach Pesach answers this Shaila. He says that l'shitosei. Shevach Pesach l'shitosei says the whole k'orech is a zeicha b'alma. The whole k'orech is a zeicha b'alma. He argues with the whole shit of the Alter Rebbe and with what the Rebbe says right here. The lashon of the Rebbe here is ve'ene yoytzi yedei chayves mara shetiknu chachamim elo im kein k'orcha im matzah v'ichlon v'yachad. Shevach Pesach argues on this and goes with the shitta of Taisvis. There are two general shittas in the sugya, Taisvis and the Ramban. The Shevach Pesach goes along with Taisvis' shitta. That Hillel is maida that b'diavad you can be yaitza mara without k'orech. So b'zman hazeh, once you ate mara b'fnei atzmai, you were yaitza mara also. You were yaitza matzah when you ate matzah, you were yaitza mara when you ate mara, and then k'orech. So what's k'orech? So zeichel is man shebis hamikdash kayim, because that's how Hillel did it then. But b'zman hazeh, there's no inyan to eat k'orech b'chlal. That's the Shevach Pesach's shitta. So l'shitasa he explains zman shebis hamikdash kayim, when Hillel ate right away matzah and mara together, then it was sai mitzvahs matzah and sai mitzvahs mara that he ate together. Then it was both Sai mitzvahs matzah, mitzvahs mara. So therefore today, we also want that the bracha of al-achilas matzah should go on the k'orech, similar to the way it was b'zman she'bis hamikdash kayim. Even though today it's not relevant b'chlal. Because he says, be'emes today, even for mara you don't have to eat k'orech. You don't have to eat k'orech, not for matzah, not for mara, because you yetza everything with kula alma, even hillel. The whole k'orech today is just to copy what was done b'zman she'bis hamikdash kayim. That's the Shavach Pesach's Mahalach, according to Taisvis. But the Alter Rebbe and the Rebbe right here, paskin like the Ramban. The Hillel Shitta is that K'orech is ma'akiv. If you don't do K'orech, you're not Yetzeh Mara. It's not a Lachatchila, it's B'diyevet, it's ma'akiv. So, Mara, you weren't Yetzeh. Matzah, you were Yetzeh. According to the Alter Rebbe Shitta, the Pri Chodesh's Shaila is a very strong Shaila. The Bracha of Al-Achilas Mara has to go on the K'orech. The Bracha of Al-Achilas Matzah doesn't. You were Yetzeh Matzah. Yeah. So the Rebbe concludes, "V'loi nifseke halacha loi kehillel v'loi kechaveirov." There's no psak din, not like Hillel and not like Chaveirov. V'tzarich lotzes yidei shneim. So therefore, you have to be yaitze both of their opinions. There's a very funny thing over here in this keta. The Rebbe never quoted and brought shittas Chaveirov. What's the shitta of the Rabbanon? The Rebbe goes through explaining what shittas Hillel is. Then the Rebbe concludes, what is shittas Chaveirov? Why doesn't the Rebbe bring it b'chlal? The Rebbe relies on you to understand on your own what shittas Chaveirov is. Anybody? Why doesn't the Rebbe bring shittas Chaveirov? How could you say v'loy nifsaka? You read until the words v'loy nifsaka, you don't even know b'chlal that it's a machlokes. The Rebbe just says l'das hillel azoken. B'deichik, you could answer and say the Rebbe is mitzayin to the Gemara Psachim Kuf Tezvav Amud Aleph. So you have to look in the Gemara Psachim. You'll see, if you look in the Gemara there, you'll see that it's a machlokes Hillel and the Rabbanon. The only reason the Rebbe goes through to explain shittas Hillel is because the Rebbe has a few chidushim in how to learn shittas Hillel. There's a few chidushim how to learn shittas Hillel. First of all, that K'orech is Kailel all three, Pesach, Matzah, Mara. Second of all, that it's ma'akiv. K'orech is not l'chatchila, but K'orech is ma'akiv. It's even b'diyeved. And third of all, that there's a chi of matzah sheni. There are three chidushim the Rebbe said here in shittas Hillel. That's what the Rebbe is explaining in shittas Hillel. Shittas Rabbanon is clear. Shittas Rabbanan is zeh b'fnei atzmai v'zeh b'fnei atzmai. You can eat each one separately. So the Rebbe. What? It's either b'kricha or b'fnei atzmai. But the emes is that even in shittas Rabbanan, there are a few efanim. There's three efanim how to understand shittas Rabbanan. If anyone followed anything that we learned in this whole sugya, there are three efanim how to learn shittas Rabbanan. Can anyone tell me the three efanim? Either Rabbanan hold that you have a choice. You could do either one. You could do it b'fnei atzmai, or you could do it b'kricha, because the Rabbanan hold mitzvahs eim avatlei zeh. Or the Rabbanan hold it must be done b'fnei atzmai, because the Rabbanan hold mitzvahs mevatlei zeh. That's according to Rabbi Yochanan. Or the Rabbanan hold that you could do it together, but not because mitzvahs eim avatlei zeh, but because there's a special gilui kra that over here there's a heter that ein mitzvahs mevatlei zeh, even though usually it is. But I don't know if any of these. I'm not sure if the different efanim and understanding the Rabbanan is relevant over here. The fact that according to the Rabbanan you have to eat mara b'fnei atzmai is going to be a true fact in any of these three efanim how you learn. Doesn't make any difference. Shittas Hillel, there's a big difference if it's only l'chatchila or it's b'diavad, if it's Pesach matzah mara. But Shittas Rabbanan in any eifan how you learn, in the end of the day, you have to eat matzah b'fnei atzmai and mara b'fnei atzmai. So the Rebbe is not Meirich, the Rebbe doesn't bring b'chlal any pirish in Shittas Rabbanan because there's no nafgemin. However you learn it, it remains the same. It's the only way I could explain it, but it's a little bit strange that the Rebbe doesn't quote b'chlal. Okay, let's go weiter. Let's skip to the keta Kain Osa Hoya Kayam Chulu Pesach Chulu. So the Rebbe first quotes the Mara Mekaimis where this comes from. Keinu b'siddur kol Yaakov, chen kosev gam b'chok Yaakov ber heitev Mishnah Brura v'al pi asafas hataz. El shehem shmitu teves hoya rishayna v'chen ene b'shulchan aruch Rabbeinu sim mituf ayin hey sif yud ches reile kamon b'zeh. The Rebbe has a diuk in the lashon that we say twice hoya, and the Rebbe never answers that. Why do we say Bizman Shabbos Hamikdash Hoya Kayam, Hoya Keurig Pesach Matzah Mara? Why twice Hoya? But then the Rebbe adds V'yashloima b'diuk nuschazu. There are two diukim, or there are three diukim that the Rebbe will explain. Number one, Aleph, Ein Oimrim Zeichel Mikdash Kehillel. We don't say Zeichel Mikdash Kehillel. Kamoisha Ein Oimrim B'achilas Mara Zeichel Mikdash. Just like we don't say when we eat Mara, we don't say Zeichel Mikdash. Prima Godem, Simen Tov Ayin Hey, Mishmitzay Zav, Sifkat Zayim, Mefarish Amir. He explains the reason why we say Zeichel Mikdash as follows. Lahidiyah Shehurag Zeichel Mikdash, Aval Bizman Hazeh Ein Yitzim Bekricha. We want to let it be known that this whole thing is only Zeichel. This is the way it was done then, but today you can't be Yitzim with Kricha. Atkan is what the Prima Godem says. So the Rebbe asks on him actually, V'kiven she'oimrim zeh achrei shekvar ochal matzah mara v'yotzi dei chayvasai al korchach shekavanas aprim begodim shehahidah hi lahazir shelo yiteh l'shana haba. He shouldn't make this mistake next year. Loimar shehalacha kehillel v'yiteh shehillel svirelei shegam ato yotzi bekriche v'yishkach she'shtakad ochal matzah ochal mikoydem matzah v'yiskar she'oma zeichel mikdash v'hu deiche gadol. This whole mistake is for the following year. He might make a mistake the next year, and he's going to remember that a year ago he said zeichel mikdash kehillel, but he won't remember that a year ago he ate matzah and mara before keurig. It's a deiche gadol, selective memory. That's the Rebbe's shaila and the Prima Godim. Okay. Then the Rebbe adds, Ubefrat shebekeurig hu kefil lashon kitzas. It's a double lashon. Dimiyad oime kei nasa Hillel bizman shebeis hamikdash chulu. You say clearly that this is what Hillel did bizman shebeis hamikdash kayam. Ubein habracha va'akriche, another svara the Rebbe says, Ubein habracha va'akriche ein lahafsik b'meh she'ein tzarich kanal. You're not supposed to be mafsik with speaking things that are not necessary. Ubemishn Brura simen tov ayin hey sif aleph. He wants to be doicha the whole amira that you should only say it after you eat keurig. The Rebbe is mitzayin in this whole keta of keurig to the Mishnah Brura, I think 3 times, maybe even 4 times. It's interesting. Ubeyichud ledas admura zaken shelehillel layatza chayvis marer ela bekeurig kanal. Especially according to the Alter Rebbe, you're not yitzim marer until keurig. So especially according to the Alter Rebbe, there's more of a reason not to be mafsik between the bracha and keurig. If you were yaitza already, so really keurig doesn't need a bracha because you were yaitza. But especially the Alter Rebbe that holds that you weren't yaitza yet, so there's an inyan not to be mafsik. Oidzais, another point, shal yidei amirizu, by adding the 3 words of zeichel and mikdash kehillel. Yavai litais will make a mistake, she'ena kricha ela leizecher, that the kricha is only a zeicher. You were yaitza everything already, and the whole kricha is a zeicher. Ube emes, and it's not true because ube emes rak ata yaitza yidei chayvis mara lehillel. According to Hillel, only now you yaitza mara. The tzarech lotz is gam l'daitei kanal. You have to be yaitza even according to Hillel, as it said that Rebbe wrote before. Lo nifska alacha leik Hillel v'leik chaveirov. Then the Rebbe adds, Masha ein ken la prima godim, the huli shitasai shebizman hazeh gam lehillel yaitzi dei chayvis mara k'shaichle b'fnei atzmai. The prima godim's shitta is that you're yaitze mara even when you eat it b'fnei atzmai. V'im kein lo hava el lezecher. If so, according to the prima godim, the whole keurig is only a zeicher. Where does the Rebbe see this in the Prima Godim? Where does the Rebbe see that the Prima Godim holds that the whole Marer Bezman Hazeh is only a Zeicher and you will Yaitze Marer when you eat it B'fnei Atzmai? When you look inside the Prima Godim B'Pashtus, if you don't go through the Rishonim, you just take a look into the Prima Godim, it's not mashmasal. The whole Prima Godim is divided into 2 halakim. The first half of the Pri Megadim, he quotes the Bach to explain that Marer is taka only a zeicher. The Keurig, that is. Keurig is only a zeicher. You were yaitze with Marer. The second half of the Pri Megadim comes to explain the shitta of the Taz, that Keurig bisman hazeh, according to Hillel, is a chiyuv, and the bracha of al achilas Marer has to go on the Keurig. And the way he explains that is that the Taz holds like the shitta of the Rambam. Just like bisman habayis, Keurig is only matzah and Marer, bisman hazeh, Keurig is also only matzah and Marer. So it's identical to the way it was bisman shabbos and migdash kayim, and therefore it's not a zeicha ba'alma. That is the Pri Megadim. So why is the Rebbe here saying that l'shitosai, according to the Pri Megadim, it's only a zeicher, and you were yaitza already Marer k'shaychel b'fnei atzmai? The answer is because the Pri Megadim bases his whole shitta on Tosfos. The Pri Megadim is quoting Tosfos. And shittas at Tosfos is that the whole Keurig, according to Hillel, is only l'chatchila. B'di'evid you yaitze even without Keurig. So b'zman hazeh, once you ate Marer b'fnei atzmai, you were yaitze Marer. You were yaitze Marer. So what's the point of doing Keurig afterwards? The point of the Keurig afterwards is like the lashon of Tosfos, which I explained by Arichas a few times, mitzvahs kricha. There's mitzvahs Marer, and then there's the prat of kricha that the Torah was meisif. But that prat of kricha is not done the same way it was done b'zman shabbos hamikdash kayim. So when the Rebbe here says v'im kain lo have ela lezeicher, this zeicher that the Rebbe is talking about over here is not the same kind of a zeicher that the Bach talks about. There are two different levels of zeicher. The Bach's shit is, the Shevach Pesach's shit is, that b'zman hazeh Keurig is a zeicher ba'alma mamish. Which means you yaitze Marer 100%, and what you do by Keurig is stam a zeicher to copy what Hillel did then, to remind you what Hillel did then. It's a zeicher ba'alma mamish. That's the way the Shevach Pesach explains it. The Bach also learns it's a zeicher ba'alma mamish, because we can't do the same thing. Then it was 3, Pesach, Matzah, Marer. Today it's 2, and it's not the same. If it's not the same, it's a zeicher ba'alma. When the Rebbe here says in the Pri Megadim that the Pri Megadim holds it's a zeicher, not the same level of zeicher as the Bach and the Shevach Pesach. It's a zeicher because you were yaitze the ikir mitzvahs Marer when you ate it b'fnei atzmai. And when you're eating the Keurig, you're only doing this prat of Keurig. You're not being yaitze the etza mitzvah of Marer anymore. So in that sense, it's a zeicher to the way it was b'zman shabbos and migdash kayim, when you did Keurig and Marer together. When you did both of them right in the beginning. That's the pshat here and what the Rebbe is saying. It comes out that the Pri Megadim is a shitta which is a mamutza. The Alter Rebbe holds on the other extreme that when you eat Marer, only now, when you eat Keurig, that is, the Alter Rebbe holds when you eat Keurig, only when you eat Keurig are you being yaitze Marer. Before Keurig, you did nothing, according to Hillel. The Bach and the Shevach Pesach hold on the other extreme. When you ate Marer, you finished everything. Finished it, you're not missing anything. Keurig is stam zeicher ba'alma. The Pri Megadim holds in between. Pri Megadim goes with the shitta of Tosfos. When you ate Marer, you wore yaitze the ikir mitzvah of Marer, but you were not yaitze it in the same way like it was done b'zman shabbos and migdash kayim. The prat of kricha is what you're missing. And today, according to Hillel, you eat Marer separately, and then you do Keurig. So you're not doing it exactly the way it was done then. Why are you doing also the Keurig? Just as a zeicher, that then you did Keurig l'chatchila together with Marer. That's the Pri Megadim. So the Pri Megadim is a shitta in between. Yeah. Pri Megadim himself says clearly. If you look inside the Pri Megadim, there's 2 chalakim to the Pri Megadim. In the beginning, he brings the Bach. Then afterwards he quotes Tosfos and he goes against the Bach. Look inside, I'll show it to you later if you want. Yeah. So here, according to what the Rebbe says here, there's a shtickle problem with what the Mechaber and Shulchan Aruch says. According to what the Rebbe says here, saying Zeichel Mikdash Kehillel is a stira to the shitta that you're only yaitze mitzvahs Marer when you eat Keurig. Alter Rebbe that holds that you only yaitze mitzvahs Marer when you eat Keurig holds it doesn't make sense to say Zeichel Mikdash Kehillel because it's not a Zeichel Mikdash Kehillel. This is mitzvahs mara. It's not stam zeicha balma. The Mechaber somehow puts both together. The Mechaber in Shulchan Aruch, I don't have the copy right away. You have a copy of the Mechaber? This is a question I don't have an answer to. Okay, the Mechaber in Shulchan Aruch, say that. The Mechaber in Shulchan Aruch on one hand holds that you only yaitze the mitzvah of mara when you eat k'orech, according to Hillel. How do I know the Mechaber holds that? Because the Mechaber says, lo yasiach, you're not allowed to speak between the brachas and k'orech. The Mechaber changes from the lashon of the Tur. The Tur says it's a mitzvah min ha-mufchar not to speak. The Mechaber takes out the words mitzvah min ha-mufchar. So the Mechaber holds it, it's asr to speak. Ad kedei kach, based on that, the Taz has a svara to say that you should have to make over the bracha again. So the Mechaber holds you only yaitze mara when you eat k'orech. At the same time, though, the Mechaber writes ve'omer zeichel mikdash kehilel. You should say zeichel mikdash kehilel. The whole svara of the Rebbe over here is, if you hold that you're only being yaitze mitzvahs mara now, that's the reason why our minig is not to say zeichel mikdash kehilel. But the Mechaber is mitzad of both. Yeah. Okay, let's go weiter. In the next keta gimel, ois gimel, k'orech, pesach, matzah, umara. So the Rebbe brings the Ladas HaMefarshim. Mulvad, HaRambam, Behilchis, Chametz, HaMatzah, Perik, Ches, Halacha, Vav. Avol, Ayin, Shom, Belechem, Mishnah, Kain, Asa, Hillel. This is what Hillel did, all three together. Pesach, Matzah, and Mara. V'im Yashmet Pesach, Yedaber, Shkarim, B'Sipurai. If you're not going to include the word Pesach, you're saying a lie. Yedaber, Shkarim, B'Sipurai. The Rebbe is giving a very, very strong reason here. If you don't say the word Pesach, Yedaber Shkarim B'Sipurai. So let me ask you something. So the Alter Rebbe in Shulchan Aruch clearly paskins that you should not say Pesach. Alter Rebbe in Siman Tov Ayin Hey in Sif Yud Ches says that Noeg B'Dinas Eilu that you say Keina Silbas Mash B'Sim Mikdash Kaim Ha'Yikayrech Matzah Mara Ve'ein Maskirim Pesach. Then in the end of the Sif, the Alter Rebbe says Mikol Mokaim HaMaskir Lo Hifsid. If you mention Pesach, lo hifsid. Why lo hifsid? Fakart, if you don't say Pesach, you're a liar. The Rebbe is saying it's a very strong lashon. Im yashmit Pesach yedaber shkarim b'sipura. You're just saying a lie. So the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch doesn't realize this lie. What's going on? How could the Rebbe say such a strong lashon? Yedaber shkarim b'sipura. How could you say Cain like this? Like what I'm doing now. Cain asa hillel. You're not holding the carbon Pesach in your hands. Yeshloimar, the tevas Cain nimsheches lamata. The word Cain is not referring to what you're doing. The word Cain refers to the hemshech of what you're about to say. V'yaschalas inyan. Cain asa hillel kasher yisaper. Hillel did like I'm about to say, which is k'orech pesach matzah mara, not like what I am doing now. And you don't have to conclude and say krichasi is only what I'm doing now is only a zeicher. Even though what you're doing is not daima ki, because it's self-understood. Why is it self-understood? On one hand, you're saying Kain asa Hillel, but it's self-understood that what we do today is not doime mamish to Hillel. Interesting. You're supposed to minimize speaking as much as possible, so you don't want to add the word zeichel and mikdash kehillel, or v'krichasi zeichel lezeh. Then the Rebbe says another pshat. O yesh loymar Kain. What does the word Kain mean? I'm eating the marer and I'm not eating it separately. Kain asa Hillel. Hillel did the same thing. Likrech hamareh. To be kairech the marer together with something else. Befrat shalashitas admor azakin hakairech ikrei ba b'shvil chayvas achilas marer. The kairech today is the same chayva of marer. So this last pshat here. Oye shleima. I don't understand what the Rebbe is saying here. What's this pshat? What's this word? The kairech today And the Keurig Bisman Shabbos Migdash Kayim is befedish not the same. Then it was 3 Pesach Matzah Morer. Today it's only 2 Matzah Morer. So what does the Rebbe do? The Rebbe says a chap. Don't look at what you have. Look at the negative. That it's not bifnei atzma. If you look at it from the negative point of view, if you look at it from the shlila, it's not bifnei atzma. Then it's the same. Sai Bisman Shabbos Migdash Kayim, it's not bifnei atzma. The Morer. And Sai Bisman Azeh, it's not bifnei atzma. If you look at it from that angle, it's the same. It's like saying one person has, you have 2 children in front of you. You give one child 2 lollies, you give one child 3 lollies, and the child that gets 3 is upset. Why does the child that gets 2 is upset? Why does he get more than me? So you tell him, you both didn't get 1, so you're the same. You both didn't get 1, so why are you jealous? What kind of something can clap? So what's the Rebbe saying here? But MS, the Keurig Bisman is not doing it the way it was Bisman Migdash Kayim. What's the lashon of Cain? We're referring to the fact that Sai then and Sai today, it's not Morer alone. How and why this? Why is that the Iker? Why are we focusing on that? Why would you be mefarish the lashon Cain in such a strange way? That is Eini oichlei ata bifnei atzmai. Muzayin, the fact that we say Cain and we're focusing on the fact that Morer is not bifnei atzmai, muzayin that is the Iker nekuda. It's not stama isgedreit. It's not a stama drei that both of them are not b'fnei atzma. That is the ikke nekuda, and that you see here, and that you see in the first keta. In the first keta, I pointed out that Rebbe is madgish the words b'fnei atzma. So you see it, not chalasim b'soifan. You see both this inyan of that it's not b'fnei atzma. That is the gather of Keurig. So the nekudas advarim is that. The whole inyan over here that the Rebbe explains that the Alter Rebbe and the Rebbe here in the Agada are going with the Shitta of the Ramban. There are 2 general ifanim how to define the mitzvah of Keurig. Either the pshat in mitzvah's Keurig is that it's a prat in mitzvah's morer. That the Torah is telling you that you have to eat morer. And be'etzem, it's a mitzvah if ne'atzmai to eat morer. Then the Torah adds a prat and says that morer should be eaten together with matzah. That's one way from that Torah. That's the way Taisvis learns it. Shavach Pesach, whatever. That's one mahalach. The Ramban learns the pshat in mitzvahs Keurig or morer and Keurig differently. The Ramban learns the pshat in mitzvahs Keurig is you have 3 separate mitzvahs. You can be mekayim each one of them b'fnei atzma. Comes Torah and says, don't do these mitzvahs b'fnei atzmam, eat them together. The kiyum of these mitzvahs, which could be b'fnei atzmai, no, you should be mekayim them dafka together. That is the nekuda of mitzvahs Keurig, to take the separate mitzvahs chalukais and be mekayim them together. So the lashon of b'fnei atzmai that the Rebbe says here, where does it come from? It comes from the lashon of the Rishonim. The Rishonim use the lashon not b'fnei atzmai, but they use the lashon mitzvahs chalukais. So there's mitzvahs chalukais or there's mitzvahs b'fnei atzmai. And so instead of doing each mitzvah b'fnei atzmai, you have to do each mitzvah together. The big nafkamina that comes out between Shittas HaTaisvis and Shittas HaRamban is, according to Taisvis, the point is to eat morer together with matzah. That matzah, though, does not have to be mitzvahs matzah. The point is to eat it together with matzah, whether the matzah that you're eating together with the keurig is a mitzvah or not a mitzvah. It doesn't make any difference. Mashenkin, according to the Ramban, the whole concept of keurig is to take the mitzvahs chalukais and eat them together. It's not stama inyan to eat morer together with matzah or Pesach matzah morer together. The whole point is to take mitzvahs chalukais and eat them together. So it has to be dafke mitzvahs matzah. So bisman that you were yaitza mitzvahs matzah already. So the only way to be mekayim keurig bisman hazeh is chachamim have to be mechadish a second mitzvah of matzah, a new mitzvah of matzah, b'neisiv to the mitzvah of matzah that you were yaitza before. And that is the makar of what the Rebbe says that is chi of matzah sheni. When the Rebbe says chi of matzah sheni, the Rebbe is not stam saying that you have to have matzah as a toffel to the morer. Together with the morer, there has to be matzah. The chachamim have to be mechadish a chi of matzah sheni in order to be able to be mekayim keurig. If you don't have matzah sheni, there is no keurig, because keurig is dafka a combination of 2 mitzvahs. That's the lashon here. And this is also the diuk of the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch. Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch doesn't mamish say the lashon chiv matzah sheni. The Rebbe was, this is one prat that the Rebbe was mashana of the Alter Rebbe's lashon to clarify this inyan. But the Alter Rebbe doesn't say chiv matzah sheni, but the Alter Rebbe says b'doimel ezeh. M'kol mokim any yitzah chayvis mara lefi das hillel elam kein neitel oid k'zayis matzah v'koirchai im k'zayis mara v'oichlam b'yachad. And then the Alter Rebbe says that lefi das hillel shahamatzah shebekricha hi chayva medivrei seifrim. So the lashon of chi of matzah sheni, I think the Rebbe took from this line. Hamatzah shebekricha hi chayva medivrei seifrim. That the Alter Rebbe doesn't say that for the martyr you need matzah. The Alter Rebbe separates it. The matzah shebekricha is hi chayva medivrei seifrim. That's the chi of matzah sheni that the Chachamim invented. Machadish. And this also answers the question that I asked yesterday, or whatever, I asked it a few times. I don't know if I ever answered it Fedish. When you get to the Lashon HaGemara, Zeichel and Mikdash Kehillel. Why does the Gemara use the Lashon Zeichel and Mikdash Kehillel? According to the other Rishonim, it says Zeichel and Mikdash Kehillel to taka emphasize that it's a Zeichel Ba'alma. You're not being Mekayim anything. You did Matzah, you did Mar, it's all done. The whole thing is a Zeichel Ba'alma. According to the Alter Rebbe, that you're actually being Mekayim Mar now, so why does it say Zeichel and Mikdash Kehillel? So the answer, you could say, is because, according to the Alter Rebbe, the matzah is a new creation, which is a zeichel and mikdash diga matzah. The Gemara wants to emphasize there is the chi of matzah da'iraisa, and there is the chi of matzah that you eat together with the maror, which chachamim were machadish this matzah. Maybe it's meduik in the lashon of the Gemara. I don't know if you could say this or not, but the lashon of the Gemara is v'hada achol matzah v'chasa b'hadi adadi b'lei bracha zeichel and mikdash kehillel. It says matzah and chasa. Why does the Gemara suddenly change from matzah and maror to matzah and chasa? Why did maror get downgraded to chasa? What happened? Elamai, the pshat is because the hemshech of zeichel and mikdash kehillel goes on the matzah. The fact that there's a new chi of matzah doesn't go. If the Gemara would use the lashon maror, you would think that you're talking about mitzvahs maror. Mitzvahs maror is not zeichel and mikdash. It's not a zeichel ba'alma. Mitzvahs maror, according to Hillel, only now you're being mekayim mitzvahs maror. Matzah, you were mekayim already minat Torah. Chachamim had to create a new chi of matzah, zeichel and mikdash kehillel. It's only going on the matzah, not on the maror. And this is also the hesber for this hadgasha of bifnei atzmai that the Alter Rebbe says, and the lashon of the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch, and that the Rebbe adds here, k'moi she'asa b'zman beis hamikdash. The Rebbe pulls it from both tzadim. Both are true. On one hand, if I ask you a question, is k'orech today identical to the way it was b'zman she'beis hamikdash kayam? No, it's befedish not identical. The Rebbe himself says it. Af she'eina doime mamish. It's not doime mamish. At the same time, though, the Rebbe says the lashon k'moi she'asa b'zman beis hamikdash. And I pointed out yesterday, the Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch is meirich. The Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch in Sif Zayin says how it was done b'zman she'beis hamikdash kayam. Then in Sif Yud Zayin, the Alter Rebbe repeats it a second time. So what's the pshat? Is it k'moi b'zman she'beis hamikdash or is it not? The answer is depends from which angle you're looking at it. If you want to look at the kamos, how many things are you being kairich together? It's not daima. B'zman she'beis hamikdash kayam, it's 3, and today it's only 2. If you want to look at the nekuda, the etzem geder of the inyan, it's the exact same thing. The point is that the mitzvahs that you have tonight are being combined together. You're being ma'achid the mitzvahs biyachad, and not b'fnei atzmai. That nekuda is kumai. It's the exact same thing. Then you have 3, today you have 2. In kamos, it's not the same, but the nekuda is the exact same kairich. If you learn like the Bach, if you learn like the other Pesachim, if you learn that it's all a tuffle to the maror, the Torah is telling you how to eat maror. So then eating maror together with matzah, eating maror together with matzah and Pesach is not the same thing. It's two different tefanim how to eat maror. So then you can't say kamoi. Here is the Alter Rebbe, and the Rebbe here is explaining that the pshat is, the nekuda of maror is that it should not be b'fnei atzmai, it should be together with the other mitzvahs, biyachad, the Rebbe is madgish lashon biyachad. V'oichlam biyachad, twice. I don't know if the Alter Rebbe, yeah, the Alter Rebbe also. Biyachad, if that's the whole vart, that in the nekuda of k'orech, it's the exact same thing, the way it was. Bisman shem beis hamikdash kayim. There's no enough gemina. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Ad kan the Sugiyyat K'orech. Huh?
Do we have pizza now?
Tomorrow the shiur will be on Inyan on Purim and Mitzvah.